Imagine if your life ran like clockwork. Actually, forget imagining it. Let me just walk you through a Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. You leave the office, timing it perfectly to catch the subway. You walk, and down the stairs. And with zero margin for error, you board the train. Doors close. Perfect. 45 minutes to get home, so you order dinner on the subway. Estimated delivery time, 50 minutes. The math lines up. By the time you get off at your stop, the food should be waiting at your door. 7:20 p.m. You arrive home. So the food's there. Perfect. Lucky day, right? But here's the thing. In Korea, this isn't luck. This is Tuesday. And today we're going to talk about what this kind of precision does to you. Because if you live inside this system for just 1 year, you will not be the same person. It's 2 a.m. You're hungry. Open the fridge. 1 carton of milk, 2 eggs. Nothing you actually want to eat. The instant noodles are gone. You close the fridge, head back to bed, grab your phone. Open the app, red icon pops up on screen, and then scroll down. Fried chicken, braised pork trotters, Chinese food, street snacks. It's 2 in the morning, and most of them are still open. You pick chicken, hit order. Message appears. Estimated arrival, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. You put the phone down, lie back. Watch some YouTube, kill time. And around the 29 minutes mark, you get up. Walk to the door. Stand there. Wait. Do you remember the first time this happened? When you ordered chicken at 2 a.m. and it actually showed up? Wait, they deliver at this hour? It was incredible. Mind-blowing. You felt grateful. You thanked the delivery person. 5 stars, no question. But then a month passed. 30 minutes delivery isn't fast anymore. It's standard. It became normal. You started thinking, well, that's just how it works. 2 a.m. delivery isn't special now. It's just a button you press. Fast forward. It's 2 a.m. again. The order was supposed to take 30 minutes. 30 minutes pass. Nothing. You open the app and pull up the real-time tracking. A little motorcycle icon moving across the map. Estimated distance to your place, 800 meters. You stare at that icon, thinking, why is this taking so long? Did they hit a red light? Are they delivering someone else's order first? 31 minutes, 32 minutes, 33 minutes. You're counting. They said 30. Why is it taking 33? The doorbell rings. You open the door. Food's sitting there. The delivery person is already heading down the stairs. You didn't see their face. Contactless delivery. You take the food inside, eat it, and after you're done, you open the app. Write a review. Delivery was late. They said 30 minutes, took 33. Food was cold. 1 star. You're not a bad person. In fact, when deliveries run even slightly late, a lot of people leave low ratings, and many people see this as their right to compensation. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. The speed at which we get used to good things is fast, but our capacity for gratitude doesn't recover nearly as quickly. The moment 30 minutes delivery becomes normal, 31 minutes becomes late. Now think about this. You never saw that delivery person's face? Contactless, remember? You don't know who they are, what kind of day they had, why those 3 minutes happened. Research shows that when face-to-face contact decreases, so does our capacity for empathy. The moment you can't see their face, they're 3 minutes. Stop mattering as much as your 3 minutes. Maybe they waited 2 minutes at a red light. Maybe it was raining and they had to slow down. Maybe it took a minute to find your apartment's parking entrance. But you didn't see any of that. You saw numbers. The promise of 30, the reality of 33, and the feeling of betrayal from those 3 minutes. This isn't about Korean personality. This is a universal shift that happens when humans adapt to near-perfect systems. And this adaptation doesn't stop at delivery. You have an 8:30 a.m. meeting, so you calculate it precisely, heading to the station to catch the 8:12 train. Why 8:12? Because that train gets you there at exactly 8:28. 2 minutes of buffer. Perfect calculation. You arrive at the station at 8:10. Check the board. Arriving in 2 minutes. Perfect. You stand on the platform. Wait. 2 minutes pass. No train. You look at the board again. Arriving in 3 minutes. Something's wrong. It said 2 minutes. Why did it change to 3? You check the time. 8:12. 8:13. Still no train. Announcement comes on. Due to signal delays, train service is running behind schedule. We apologize for the inconvenience. Inconvenience? Over 2 minutes. You're flustered. Annoyed. You needed to catch the 8:12 to arrive at 8:28. But it's now 8:14. If you take the next train, you'll arrive at 8:30. That's the meeting time. You'll be 2 minutes late. Look around. You're not the only one. The person next to you is checking their phone for news. Someone's muttering complaints to themselves. 2 minutes. Just 120 seconds. And the atmosphere on this platform completely changes. Seoul's subway system is one of the most punctual in the world. It almost never makes mistakes. Almost zero margin of error. More accurate than New York, London, even Tokyo. But it's precisely because of that accuracy that we can't tolerate 2 minutes. People in other countries don't get nearly as upset over 10 minutes delays, because they've experienced trains running late countless times. For them, delays are just how it is. But we're different. We've gotten so used to near-perfect systems that we can't accept even small deviations. For people adapted to near perfection, 2 minutes isn't an exception. It feels like a system failure. The moment perfection becomes normal, we lose the ability to accept imperfection. 30 minutes delivery, punctual subways. What do these two systems have in common? Perfection, or near-perfect accuracy. And that accuracy changed you. Stage 1, gratitude. Wait, this is possible? Stage 2, normalization. Well, that's just how it works. Stage 3, entitlement. This is the service I deserve. This takes 6 months, 1 year, and it's complete. And there's one more thing that accelerates this shift. The compensation system. Delivery apps compete. If we're late, you get a coupon. At first, it seemed like good policy. Customer satisfaction. Compensation for mistakes. But while this system was running, your perception changed. A 1-minute delay isn't a mistake anymore. It's grounds for compensation. Behavioral economics calls this entitlement expansion effect. When compensation becomes routine, the absence of compensation feels like a loss. Now, when you're 1 minute late, you automatically calculate, they're late. I should get a coupon. This isn't about gratitude anymore. This became about rights. Koreans tend to be very strict about keeping to scheduled times. Even being 5 minutes late is often seen as rude. This is because in collectivist culture, time equals consideration for others. So Koreans demand the same standard from systems. I live my life saving every 2 minutes. I keep my promises. The system should too. This isn't impatience. This is high-standard reciprocity. So here's the question. What if your city achieved near-perfect punctuality starting tomorrow? What if your country delivered in 30 minutes at 2 a.m.? Look at yourself 1 year later. You'll get annoyed at 2-minute delays. You'll give 1 star to 33-minute deliveries. You'll stare at that real-time tracking screen thinking, why is this so slow? And you'll think of it as you're right. This is the adaptation trap. Perfection erases gratitude. Normalization endlessly raises expectations. We built a better world, but in that better world, we became less satisfied. Think about it. The better the system performs, the worse we feel when it doesn't. Every upgrade in service quality is just raising the floor for what counts as failure. We're not more patient than people in other countries. We're just living in a system that trained us not to be. Can we actually escape this trap?